Minia Dave Elmenche, Samson Minia Same, and so Elmenche and pay minimum AD and Commodate. Good morning, Same. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Now, improve more code here.
I'm Adam. At the party in Kwani.
And then it's in Quem. Now, we can look away there.
We can Ekoye, inspire say, Ekoye.
Yo, minim say apart from the issues I at table and a pay for in discussions, no, BB Honoma, more person more touch it on quickly. And Sunday I shall see D and comma. Other than that, you know, then we'll jump straight into the issues and I pay Ashahuan who some D and comma. And I pay SIM card a registration exercise. Last week, you're telling me, and TSS, or more other mechanisms be in place. So we register our SIM card now, not one more block for some 48 hours. Ultimately, and yet access to certain services. Emu and some to say on social media, a lot of people are almost cards and they have registered them. Now, so they have been blocked for making calls and accessing other services. No, and who and some. So we be any
one. Was some kit to be a person met TFU.
Okay.
I'm over the weekend. They did a message at Ashafoni a T4. I'm say over the weekend. Me TT in some kakra na I'm say in a chieftaincy rouse be kakra one ewo ye ra a Japan the papa yase. You could see say ehimfo be a omu free yesi jama santimemu ne ehimfo omu wan kran memu e could share near na owo kwan say ye beso anu apakan mu aba eyi na se. MZ was quite unfortunate because me de bia me can say one of the institutions akaya as on mine so a chieftaincy institution. Inti ye sure mo bebre ewo omo dwumade ne omo niam bi inti eniema bi saa no ense se ye toa so ana ye hwe na ede saa pinti which was needless say ba ko se oye nkran hene inti ompene ma ye nsoa ohene emfiri baabi emba. It doesn't augur well for us. And baby also it be a ceremony ni cry ye no eniema nkitinkiti saa no it steals from the beauty of the ceremony. And on that chance na meti say ye owura in Japan. I mean, he's known for his eccentricity. Any senior any Yamafa. Eko pie mu wo Asogli State during the Yam Festival or the any maybe koema nananom rejected. Di nananom ya kakra because the essence of festivals here na him say even one of the themes for this year's celebration in Kabum inti minim say anka aye festival there aside say omu show omu heritage ni bibi and one of the things unity inti say what to nsa afre opinion ti sa na waba udwumedi ase a one of the things that go with such ceremonies ni say okwa you pay homage to the chiefs wo niema kakra na odi akomo na ekopie mu say ne niema odi koye no ehimfo no reject. I don't know say the respected chief or endorse their course. But so far, as far as I'm concerned, when issue statement bia emeka say it happened at his blind side because on one the tones are free. Na say be say Oshana say anase ne ehimfo ni bi ka say we disrespect Togbi no. So Oshana say we disrespect Ohene na munje na chedia. You don't even need him in the palace. Inviting him to the palace, and I believe say it was even a first step of reconciliation. Into say or the niema ba na say o rejecting sa. In fact, even my omukwa akon edru bro nyane niema they stop to exchange gifts and it happens. Into me sure say it was appropriate. Into me hope he said in the hours ahead.
Was it the case that he was invited?
Oh, letters appear. Actually, said he was invited.
Okay.
Yes, letters appear. I think I have a copy right now. Okay. I said he was invited. It was duly signed by the secretary to the stool until he was invited. Until even say, Madrimpo say Obaye and Sana event in the best start. Kukuamu kura wuchu na dwe no say o ebi ananom me ana me kan me san so bu anase me twesan but ye insese ye encourage sa eniema we eya ema obuo eni enidi a aman anase asoman ma ye do ma ya hemfo no esu hwan kakra because instead of even discussing the beauty of the festival of course over the weekend which Toby Afedi has contributed so much in lifting our festival no? And here we are maybe observation any the ekosi ade ketekete no which I think has stolen from the beauty of the whole event into moving forward ehemfo controversies no yeah does yes say ahemfo bi abani radio station ebi aye say and then we draw the institution into such discussions and a very revered institution nti ahemfo no so mbetie kakra anka niema ni bi wo ho a ubu ani gu so a I mean ancestry.
Dave, I don't know so comments here.
Yeah, him for some year and I come babeka. Na interesting no. Also me advocate of tradition and I like our royalty and heritage a lot. I was at a friend's in who weekend no. Na say ye can't him for some any bia amanyo sema abehye ahemfo sema a me de eya na misa so akosoro esan se wo kan enche nanu ya na Togbi president of the National House of Chiefs na ye betu aba na ama omo say to renew their mandate no ye nyina hu de course nyoma bebre koso a ya ekye pefe say politicians e de omusa hyemu e bi tuetue scanning ne nyoma nyina nti no ntutu asem a ye hu politics mu e bi na eko amudi akọ ahemfo sem but back to the particular case of Togbi what I know is omu invite MPs ni nyina through the speaker omu invite MPs ni nyina and omu invite nipa bebre na Togbi no
share story for share letter na for mama na
Togbi no here a ono oye obi a opasumdwe pa enti ye kan emre bi atwam na Kennedy Japan say ma introduce ma oyo namfidie so a no sa odi call ni so ko yiye ni sa u kan tibra na esi Togbi a reject a friend saying
ex
gracia no oyiye ni pasa na obian omo ankasa emi say okọ ho no emi cry the first one inviting the crash say they were willing to they perhaps have let the matter gone particularly as far as he is concerned but them say okọ no the committee and say ebra na mo ejiji achede no say ada na mo assembly say no mo ti sada na esi ho for receival of gifts ni pleasantries ni nti them say okọ na MPs bebre the line mo krofo bebre the line mo a wo say ebedru su na odi wa achede akọ na enum na meti say and I don't doubt it say okọ na opese opa line queue no ho ekoye ni the answer na sebi won say ahemfo ya ye omu wo ho bi ahemfo no omu chitafo nti say otu wa no bobi hu a eka binum bi ana no enkoka se o ono oye opasumdwe na nti onka se o obeye obibi but omu amudi na eche no it takes time to convince many of them. Said there was a similar incident in Ochima, Chebi. Yeah, a friend saying, say Kwamizu, Ekoka Bibia, Okafa Chebihu, say Oka say, ensure Omunum no, Nenye Mahama and Ka, now ensure Omunum no, baby a hosuna, and Moasunum Suni. A Kofan Sembe by. What he did was to walk to the Ochihini and apologize. We saw it in videos, in pictures, and in news. Okoho ekopacho. Now, sebi why ye papa no. Now okoho, in se bia obeko ako wahumbra semu ako pacho and I say ebia so on few kra wo beye kuma edi unoma fa hakon. You see now friends I say pushing kakra ba ho person ofa queue no ho eko eye de person oye ehɔ na edi akasakasa basabasa ne bai nti no that's the best understanding I've had so far yeah nti to sum it up let me say
videos be bar out. They were very, very short. I
Yes,
think I
I
saw two angles on the website of Daily Graphic. Man, who QBR?
no there was a queue
The
there
Daily
was a lot you see baby a video a meme hu ye no baby a omu presenting your man ehɔ na ehɔ video ne bai
Yeah,
what
video.
happens if you've been to the Yam Festival ubehu doma eba ho e dom pa nti say nyoma ye di che say endu so a it can be a long queue and imagine say all the 275 MPs have been invited. I don't know if they were all there, but a lot of them were there to also do the same thing. So it is most likely say in the course of say mepa huni you know arousing Crawford ebufu about who he is so far as his relationship with the palace is concerned. But so that is, I think, say heritage is beautiful, and it should be in everyone's interest to promote our heritage. I mean, when I saw,
But
even
from the Daily Graphic account, I'm a kind, you know, where I believe say almost any one official from the palace, Eddie Nkoma, no make it say the attribution of the incident to say or jump line and Nasi Bibisano was not it. It's as a result of his utterances in tea and if you see the gift now what they buy.
And I made sure say, there's a letter indicating say he was invited. If they had anything against him, they wouldn't invite him in the first place. So, talk be in mind any Asogli state in mind, no, he was invited warmly. I'm say Obaye, and what would make anybody change their mind? If it's clear, say there was no ill motive about it from the onset. It was perhaps what happened on the scene that triggered all these things. I was saying to end it up, say, me hear say a friend saying British, a friend saying United Kingdom, friends or more, Ohima, yeah, say we find all the baby. So we hear the way our more demonstrating our heritage in here. It's beautiful, and in fact, say oh here, say yeah, tradition, say heritage. It me born by ne ma bibia kosu without any political interference, any friends ill motive from a bibia a befe. Asema na menu kaifa the
5 minutes naso. 5 minutes naso. Mummy enko substantive issues because yenko substantive.
I hope so one yan chichiremu ye.
Yenko. Mummy ento so na afede ba bia amode yeko no.
Aisha Juan
Enho ensense.
Unia.
Ye monitor to na intimi cover sa two issues.
Aisha Juan. Da bia me ka se sabi matna eye areas a omutu sa agudie ene ho nsensem ene omo activities. Nti emra ye mampani eye President Akufo-Addo ka se ordinary presidency
Etuso.
Si awa na se wentimi entu ekonase a na chese nka. Nti ye misa ho se eye sa gamble na eye president the presidency ni gamble ye no fight no akosi sen yakun akosi sen yetimi etu galamsey na se anase ekun gusu ekoso na eye illegal miners ni so ekoso eye de omope Aisha One eye me yaye mare ho se as oman yeti ha ye gusu discuss one individual the role all play in destroying your mine, your nsuo, your forest reserves, your cocoa farms. And we appear to be running in circles. Yakwa si ya deporting. Assign aba biem, ese wasign aba, na afe ni jumadi nimpo, washemu kena. The conversation I have said shouldn't be just around Aisha One, because obiara entimi mfiri ni memu makeke, just like the former Chinese ambassador no ekaye. Say Chinese ni free ni krom ebesi Ghana ha. Onim baby a friend nyadoam. Ena onim baby a eye agudie ehye wo asase nim. Nti ebe take a Ghanaian and a beboa no a facilitate the operations and any activities. Inti, I believe, say, the rush, I was surprised. Government spokesman on security, now about, oh, I shall want, and say, no buy in the 2 days, and all this, someone started investigations. Now, Attorney General, air calling for assembly. I think, say, if government has nothing to hide, there shouldn't be any rush to come and give us any information. Later, utie activities from the site, so any area not now, contradicting the government spokesperson. Yen say, I shall want. Why muna edinechi abuano? See, so businesses. Galamsey illegal small scale mining. Foreign a BA ni wa obetimi ako apply for concession. Now when your concession, edi ako tu eye e form agudie. Inti Ghana ni bi ena ebe register as concession owner. Na onino edi omujumadie. Inti these are enkrofo a esese ye hwehwe omo. Hwe so wo hwa Chinese for ya chiomo. There are times I teach Chinese in here all mine e school no. Na e na court. You see you deport no. The next time because how many necessity ya na untimi hu say akwa we cry ya chi ne be 10 times. Ya parade no. E wo ehie ye de oma for immigration processes mu. You see ye de omo ko. Oh, it brings to question cry issue of sad data sharing na ye can say ye share data. Because obia bisa say Aisha ye deporting no ye fa ne bio data na e na oba ye say all try say all kwako renew ni NIA card no e ko see sen ni na ebre enche say ye security ni ejija kra, but there are lapses and all institutions are enam omoso e ma sa ne ma we ni na e koso no, they should take responsibility. Immigration ka ho, yeah, security for ankasa national security e ka ho e ba ni sen e na Aisha one etimi akwa e mane ba me ti say Ashanti regional minister e ka say Aisha one no businesses even in her so-called supposed absence no na businesses no operate thrive so well in the country. Why more who were the faces running these businesses? Now say na matters here say you shut it down some of the businesses. It is not enough. Why muna yen enablers? Why muna omu buano? Etimi mana hoden ema otimi edi ni juma odi. I have always said, and I will say it without any apology, say, buying a fight against Galamsey no. As I said, omotina na omo re-strategizing. Because the procurement of all these boats and me say more or less a fanfare bi keke. Bisa wo say yes ya towe from Mahama days yet to soldier folk ogumu e ko see saying eventually na soldier for na e de omo akose omo ku Galamsey no na ebi kra adane concession owners. Police for e de call ebi adane concession owners. Inti bibi nka nche say sa approach we and work here yembre fie na yenye engagement no a broader engagement.
But some it will be very weird say obeka say jensan so mbre fie biom because sa approach here you show you know yeah consultative dialogue.
How many
who can say ye back one cry e ko ebi Okumase e ko ebi or other regions
sa engagement in Sami when you bring say to
ahemfo
Sami when you bring say to Galamsey so sa consultative dialogue one day our conference center na ahemfo abetena ase na ya have this broad discussion we ye can akosi sen. Look, I think say nanka say ye start it on paper. Yentieti inkrase nketwa info.
Say because in your musha hemfi ase.
Unia a crabby Minister Ankasa Kache is Ashanti region out of the 43 assemblies 20 or say 23 yeah Galamsey no koso din just 2 weeks ago. Just 2 weeks ago.
He's still a minister.
Galamsey no koso din. What does he tell us? What does he tell us? A chair say approach na ye use no enye ejuma. A chair say bia emrani bi wo ho a esese ye hyemu kena. Adenti na Ghana ni koko ase. So to say a good year be a pure no fat pickers. Eso tutu ho a yetimi chi no na jail no 7 years. But Chinese ni farm etam excavator. E di kojina school compound. E ko tutu school compound no. The punishment ye say ye deporting no. Na ye deporting mpo aso koyo se wanko onyame peninim. Inti se obi was setting different rules for different people. This is what you get. And I'm telling you, say, even Aisha 1, the deportation, no, yetimi emani ko ya yam persecute no. Embolden encrophobia, embolden more Chinese, embolden more Indians, and even embolden more Ghanaians. I say ekono, say uye, na say ebi a fine bi na obenya. Until say both political parties, politicians no ebetwe omo hu yenim enso oni wan koka. Both political parties ebetwe omo hu efree sa Galamsey ejuma we hu no. Masa ye diagro. Ye diagro.
All right.
Ye beki kan sa keke. Prosecutor Aisha one who prosecute or no pe no okodem e Ghana prisons. What have you checked? Nothing. Nothing. Omo de Chinese ne ba no. Omo gusu di omo ba. Omo boa Aisha one man here na adena yesu. I think say this is an opportunity for President Akufo-Addo, any security officials, any even Ghanaian investigative bodies to redeem their image, because Aisha one na man de call you know a weekend fight no ni ye bibia ye nyina no a weekend no ya so ni mu a enyo no pe ye nhwehwe Aisha entimi nye se adwuma wei without any Ghanaian enabler. I'm telling you.
Mami NG Dave, thoughts so on this matter, Dave?
Sorry. I think say Ghana has become a crime scene.
Ghana.
Yes. Ghana has become a crime scene. And it is so as a result of inefficiency as a people, and more particularly the inefficiency of the government, corruption, and what have you. We cannot say it without laying the foundation for where Nyoma started here. Galamsey has been with us all this while. I'm a reporter. I'm call Wasa area, so echo cover. Sometimes we call here. The way Nyoma said the Galamsey said the affected and show ni. It was that bad, and I recall say in 2013. Former President Mahama set up committee na omo ehwehwe se don be ya ombe Galamsey na se, and they did that together with all the stakeholders. Okay, 2015 2016 ho na Ashanti regional chairman of the NPP went to me Omucheno no it was in connection with said the omuye ya omundi Chinese for be backroom ya omu secure passport ni onyo mama omu 2016 campaign ekoso no omampanyi Akufo-Addo ekogina atakwa eka se nkofo se oba obe si Galamsey ano na on si ano ene on si ano china, rather embolden the people who were applying the trade. And Obaye, fortunately, who say it was not a friend saying, "Adia na edaho keke." And ɔte ekuo sɛ ɔmo embrem any a friend saying ministerial committee ɔte a Professor Frimpong Boateng yɛda no so kind sub Professor Frimpong Boateng committee no ɔmo de Galam stop operation what's the name ɔmo bebree ɛde bae na ɛyɛ asefin so ni say they added vigilantes, the invisible forces, data forces and all that, delta forces and all that were all involved. Away no na omoku osojani bi yaya Major Mahama mukunu yaya up to the ne asem no eda ho ayehu the echo kofo ayebeja omo ya ja omo the way I'm to say as some say oh omo face on we am rubber ni nyoma ni nyina besin ko 500 excavators assemble ema a friend saying ewusi ko wusi e be ka kire say sa na a friend saying tape bi ba ya omo say na Frimpong Boateng na oda operation aye e dey ajai e dey stop Galamsey ano they were deeply involved. They were party apparatchiks, ministers who were funding Galamsey operations in the hinterlands. Emma, sir, a friend saying, bulldozers in a year, say, excavators, almost say, a beer irano. You be fab, if you fab, be brave. That's how much Galamsey excavators now. No more Sadiama, it was a business for people. Yeah, come up to now, ye nim say the excavators, someone who ye nim. Only last week, if you recall, around which area, Kwame Nkrumah's area, a friend saying, Kwame Nkrumah's hometown there. Where Boa, no, where Amaboa, Elembele. The DC was said to have mobilized vigilantes to stop the seizure of excavators. And also, they took excavators that they have seized already. They had given it back to the what's the name? The illegal miners to go back to the field. This is what we are seeing. Look, Aisha One. Who is Aisha One? I overheard during the weekend. Yeah, senior Kokubaku. Say a friend say, and over videos or the blackmailing ministers in here. Oh, Kroma. You think Kokubaku wouldn't have brought those tapes? Look, I have no doubt. Say, I shall one near year I kosunina a bind and a tan a chair more yes. And I said that because so kind I shall want anybody senior minister Osafu Mafu. Yeah, Oko cabinet onu na ye the third most powerful person in our cabinet. Echo US, Echo catch a party for say I shall want the entire muchi na among prescription in spite of all the laws we have. And he say China, any Ghana, ewa pambia omo ye mafa skasem where omudbo Ghana busu anteno. Say uji ashawan tuma ebe hydrin. Antino muma no koye. Meanwhile, in our country here, we arrest our own people, Ghanaians. Yeah, omunya bibin de antino mu call e hono. And it's not justification. Yeah, chi omo de gum be they don't even have access to lawyers. They don't have access to lawyers. Yeah, chi omo tum. The state is supposed to fund their eating in the cells and all that. Yet, when we catch the Chinese, we take them back. China for Munji Olona Mudiama India. I mean, how serious can you take a government like this? So, it is no surprise, Ashawan Ako Nawasaba. Because the very people who arrested him are the people who would make sure, Obia Enisa Obagana no, Amba. But because she's part of the scheme, they allow her to come in here. And look how ridiculous the narration went. Say, Obayeno, the NIA system that we are funding as a state to ensure, everyone in this country is on data. as per their state. They say oye Ghanaian, and I say oye free amanoni, and I say oye business waha, and I say obestrai. So data no, yeah NIA registration system no. If any out say, nipa ya wa ye a friend say all barber register biom no. Ni dia what system no mu enye dia e wo say di ma no. Enye ni di what system or di buy say in fan register no. That is not the name associated with the biodata they have found. And no raise alarm. And so still okosu register. Of course, she registered as a foreigner. But the question is, you cannot have two different biometric data for the same person. So how did she get on?
So say one more emra immunity. My minister was a sunny din, and he saw the affidavit a bar. So was a sunny din.
But
it allows for her
that
to
should raise the alarm.
Yes.
That should raise the alarm.
And
Look, I've seen people who have gone to register what's it, NIE to register. Yeah, there was they thought that there were some discrepancies about their data, not even their biometric data, their information, and national security BNI were called in. So what happened to Aisha One? We understand. So look, everything is being done haphazardly, so much indiscipline and corruption. And the DA called BBI. So anybody can come here. We just recently we launched a scheme. They said if you see something, say something. And see, nka ye bibi na yeti ha na nka terrorists na be atwa enwe hia ye hu. I register ye Ghanaian kra na yi. I mean it's so despicable.
They be unregistered Ghanaian.
No, what I mean, well, I understand that because I understand it very well. He registered as someone
foreigner
who is who is legitimately staying in this country. Okay, that film's card. No, that's what I'm saying. Say, she should, if she was deported, it means she's an illegal person in Ghana. What measures have the security officials taken to ensure, say, she didn't come back here? And even deporting her was an issue on its own. Talk less allowing the same deported person to come back in here and get into our systems as a person who is legitimately staying in this country. The president is sleeping. The ministers are sleeping. So everyone else is sleeping.
All right. So now you're moving on to your next issue. Your 10 more minutes and Sunday I call your next break. Until you found the 5-5. SIM card registration exercise. Any steps are the NCA. We share the Ministry of Communications as say one more article. The minorities position there it's an illegality. Say one more certain services are one more provided for a Ghana for. It came into force last week. And one more idea any other day. Some who are fully registered onto the systems it came to light to say have been blocked. The NCA has made the case they will take steps to rectify the situation. But one more encore telcos naswe to get these things rectified. Dave, Mamenjo comment on.
Masati de Mami Chasu Preku. Here's our SIM card registration here. It's another scandal in the making if it's not made yet. We are doing a registration for identification of Ghanaians. To have a common ID. Yeah, all state institutions can make reference to make things easier. And the vice president is going around touting how good that is. And of course, it is a good measure, good initiative we have taken. So where are we now? That we are now doing SIM card registration, and people have to go through the same biometrics procedures that are being done by the NIA. It is simple. Corruption. And this is how they are doing it. The NIA system, as you see, has anyone who has registered data on it. So if you have telcos who wants to connect just your phone numbers to your bio data, all they need to do is to queue in that, bring your data, and then add the numbers. even when we go to register for the national ID, our biometric data and even telephone numbers were taken. But so to ensure that everybody who has a phone number have their records attached to their names, that is why they are doing the SIM card registration, I guess. So how did it happen that we go back to register for our SIM cards and our biometric data are being taken again? Pictures are being taken by different phones, you know, with different pixels and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Who is taking the money? And as I've come to understand, anybody who any phone number that is registered with these telcos is being paid for by the telcos to a company called Carnegie VG. So why is that? Why do we have to run away from one thing and go back to the same thing? We don't want everybody to just be taking our bio data and all those things. That's why we brought NIA. The state is paying for it. So why do we have to go back to a situation where telcos are also doing their own thing?
But I remember a lawyer took this matter to court on the same tangent as you are. And the court ruled that the registration exercise must continue.
Well, I mean, as for what happens in our courts, I wouldn't comment on it this morning. But I'm saying that the minister herself, having taken that initiative to register SIM card, why do we have to take another? Look, if you go to NIA now, even without your card, now the omuteki fingerprint, all your bio data will come out. Bibia found who be out there, the two system, they say yes, I mean, a beba. So if we are doing this with all this skill we are seeing, we could have avoided it if we were using the NIA system without wanting to take extra money from the telcos. So because of that, we say more blocking for phone. You are blocking people's phone because messages this weekend it happened a lot from what I've heard. Yeah, phone to me call near businesses are affected just because somebody must make money. And that is exactly what is happening. Say, money is going to a place that we do not know. We need to actually interrogate how much has been taken so far for the registration, the SIM card registration exercise. Who is taking what? And under what contract are they doing that? From what I heard, some people are benefiting from that. And that's why we are all going through the stress we are going through. That people have to go and sit at.
But Dave,
because other than
that, the minority members of Parliament are more raising concerns now. Parliament has oversight responsibility over the Communications Ministry under Puma NCA for no eshe. NIA for so eshe. They have that oversight responsibility.
Right.
And see, then why is Parliament quiet?
Well,
These questions you are asking.
I am also concerned why Parliament is quiet. Anochi is there, NCA. They are regulating this. The Minister of Communication is answerable to Parliament. Why is Parliament quiet? I think something must be done. We must hear something about this whole, thing of. Look, there's worse of it. Over 2 million. We are told that over 2 million people who should be on the register are not on the register because government is owing monies to the financiers of the card and all that. So, through no fault of theirs, the 2 million people, their names, they've not gotten a Ghana card. They've not registered on Ghana card. Yet, we have a situation where the minister has the infantry to block people's phone contact because they have not registered their SIM card. Meanwhile, the only ID card you can use to register with your SIM card is the Ghana card. How sensible is this? You have not provided the people with Ghana card. Yet all you require to register for with your SIM is Ghana card. So the 2 million people, how do they make their calls? How do they survive? It doesn't make sense.
All right.
And it looks like we are all looking on.
Unia, first of all, the American say, Obia niwa, and I baby and you are a chief say, and I can say for a semper ekodo. I think say, or might be a cost for every nation to develop a sa and she data collection. Na ye di who say ye mindful cry, ya sit ebi mo sitting muti saying and all that. You are collecting all this information. Enti sa semi registration with all the attending challenges. Me gidi say anka eye ekwan papa so aban efa. In fact, you bet me aka send Dave Eka about certain challenges ni who niyama bi a no suspect say effort exercise no afem, but me mom dear we share even the issue of crime detection and prevention. Sa ade aye register sim ni nai eye ade a eboa a ebe eliminate sa eniyama yi a obitimi ko share achie na wafa telephone or the aye de or the be owie a we yi sim card no wato atwene nti eye ade a ebeboa. One of the things I did develop your mind so a revenue mobilization. Yeah, collecting ye nina ye data e dey call one platform so yi e ade aban etimi ehu nanka leakages a ewo eye ekutia aban in its efforts to mobilize revenue no anka eno nso ebe etuatua eto kakra now so exercise no anya certain challenges and logistical challenges and maybe cry NIA cry be catch say about 800,000 people are yet to receive their cards. Inti ehono na ese se ohun say ebi through no fault of theirs. And yet say because in all these exercise now there were two categories of people. Omo de omo ho ahye exercise nim no for one or two reasons. Entimi omo card ensa entimi nkai. And the second group no the stubborn academy group no. Se si ai eba yi ya blocky obia whether waye effort say okoje ne card na emom enye ono ne fault no ena ne nsanka ne card ya blocking the sim. And a stubborn academy for so ya blocky omo sim. Inti na me bisa say isn't there a way anka ye NIA any telco see ebe hwe na say if there is even a segregation na ye ntimi separate say we mo for logistical constraints inti no mo nsanka omo card no na we de waka che ne ho say ekwan bia so enya ade a odi ne ho ebedom anase odi ho bebata eye dwumadi a ye na ya gye atum se ebeboa oman ekanko. Inti for me it is very unfortunate because okay but NCA aba out abeka che say omo de enyo omasem although it's unfortunate no enyo omo no omaye say ya blocky nkrofo na ya blocky omo lines no unduly no eno che say there is a challenge. Inti me bisa me ho say why the rush hwe and maybe nkrofo free baby bebre ebeboa omano ewo elwak any other places eso omo be pe NIA card besi ne nkrofo ebi mu fiti 2019 besi ne kra no omo sanka omo cards and enye omo fault. Inti say u take such an arbitrary decision ese o dey block obia sim en masse. I don't think say a good decision. Me dey mesre say mpanifo etie a anka senye ye gusu aye ma extensions in kakra because hwe ye ka nyina telco sika omo be lose within this period revenue omo be lose within this period ya blocky nkrofo sim no enye sika ketwa and aban enso rely on these telcos for revenue We should put all these things. Why the rush? Say ye na ye ma ye ho kra kosi the end of the year. Na say ye start for na ye hu say we ye ma ye na ye ho the end of the year. Because telcos ye network providers there these are problems aba nkrofo a o register. Meaning say who video of a taxi driver oyi ni ho ejina abontin ebo MTN dua say yeah blocking the line. It tells you how badly the ordinary Ghanaian needs the telephone and now say needs the network to transact business and all that. And then me free me bay as early as 5. Na me hu say nkrofo abodom pem. Ewo MTN office e ben me fie enchen ekwa akotena ho. Ene school abie awofo eni abre pese omukodwa so eni omudwuma mu ekope kakra di tua school fees. And then you would have to go and spend the whole day. I say, oh, try say you will be connected, and I say you'll be re-registered, and I say, oh, line ya blocking no. Obeko say, oh, where you abine ajobrel. Mesre, I say, mpenifo I say so omo kasa, and I say omo kebia eye no. Yenhwe, at least yemfa we emmo koko. Because ebi mu owa enye omo fault. Omo ko queue, omo ye die say so omo ye ni na to get their Ghana card. Ninsanka and Ghana card. And then you go ahead to block any panel. Na che say, I hear me say, state institutions, NCA, NIA, Ministry of Communication, omujumedie no, I me say, obia dini jumafa. I say, there is no coordination amongst these institutions. Because if that coordination existed, anka NIA, ebetimi etia eye communication ministry, any NCA 9 so say, yes, ye jumedie no, there was certain logistical constraints and now say challenges. As a result of these constraints, no, in Crawford cra omo ewo pepa, and now say omo base omo be register no, omo sanka omo card, ebe bo omo ama omo edi ISIM re-registration. Inti yen stagano, and now say yen gugu mu kakra, emomo na omo na say one anapa. Oh sorry, now millions of Ghanaians lines are blocked. Sure, apart from the AA in emergency situations, anajo say asema to na ubefa ufo na through no fault of yours, you block whole line. O person will fare ambulance, o person will fare Ghana police. How is that going to be? And then enkompunso nko wiye say onka Sorbonne Academy ne ho. Wako sun line. And the whole aye go through the process. Ese obinsabeka Ghana card and so on sankai. What about omunswa oma register? Pepe. Now so sorry you know you're blocking the line, and it is just excuses and apologies and excuses upon excuses. Obiako queue the first time, or sanko queue biom because you said you're collecting information. No, a mistake. Into why are we blaming these people? And why are we punishing them needlessly for a system a failure? If it is a systemic failure, we should find ways of addressing same. Na yenjai say, yeah, punish it and crofo. Abai so opesika through e-levy. Right? E-levy ni ebefa wehe. And crofo so aje these micro loans every telcos ni ho. Omun tuaye. Now you're blocking the same. Telcos ni beden enyo musika back. Inti me say a room rare SSA a year network providers no. Enso etimi kasemu. Na ebia omu engage ministry no. Na omu ntromo within this short period. Revenue are omu losing. Because telcos no one apart from data any your calls and one omunso edi nyesika edi bi etua omoto ase so omotua aban. Enti say for some reasons for NIA for ejumedie bi ana say telcos nanga say ejumedie bi a anko yie. Enti what block it in Crawford line. I think said the court action no a very good action Ghana for bi eteki say omo court akwa say near communication authorities any NCA no I mean communication ministry any NCA no no omo was to me and I say emra emo ho kwan say ube soria keke say me ma register me sim any bibia be wie no na anopa me sorry say me pe me sim dia ye adwuma no me ntimi mfa nya adwuma nti I think say court na omo kone de me bompa say judiciary no ebe fe asem way with all handle with all the agency here na yem bringing finality to the matter. But having said that, even before going to court no mesre say aban pay e-levy me mobile money na me di me dwuma die bebre so wo hwe me phone so a wo behu the amount of e-levy atete me efiti say the introduce sa e-levy nti say aban ehia sika enye sa approach we enye brute force we can have better ways of having Ghanaians to re-register their SIMs rather than blocking them, because a system that proves say there is a failure inti na ama register kra no ya block you. We should consider emergency situations and all that. I don't think it is a wise decision. A ban should come again.
Yo, at this point in the phone lines no and tumuna adofo and so and fair near no more and the and come on my two issues here raise here and pay discuss you know. One a year galamsey and one and some Aisha one and then rearrest any details are ever after the deportation out of the country and views that have been expressed over the weekend by political pundits. No, you enjoy your thoughts. Number no 0244 885140 and 0555 657 278. Hello, good morning. Good morning. All right, 0244 885140. 0244 885140. Between our friend and hello, good morning. Good morning.
One morning.
Yes, sir, Chief. But you didn't be free.
Happy today, Santia fan of the draw.
You, but you company.
You, Chief. Meta was it. And when you are planning my boat, Ramania, the Ama command. Minia. Chair, Ayana, no crow in the kind of pa. Won't be forced. I could choose Sikeni, so what to see a city deal Sikeni, you know, Papa is called the bottom by force. And now, mind way. Sir, a man about Penny, Chevy, and then I bet you Alaji Aliu Muhammad. The best one be say.
But your friend Dr. Baumia.
Africa. And then FIFA, France. Uko Nara, Nigeria, Cities, Ghana, the cities in Ukraine, and Sika, and Unyamuni. But near Managidi, and my Hotoye. And my yourself for the West, which never be to any or anymore. This year, to me, man, penny for me, can a man echo. What is that? Yes, it's a cat. Yenye, and then MTN for Nankasa from the Sagana Cardia, Noa, Stay Simulo. And then say, okay, and then Aquala, who go across on our 12 years, Okatane, the mobile phone. Only Ghana card in it. Most is less by force, again, on your Ghana card in it. And then you look at Papa Stefano, it's Sergina, the bra. And the one I won't crown us in the crown network in my own Ghana card. All
right, meaning I don't say, my business is not one in Indian command pay 0555 657 278, 0555 657 278, and 0244 885140. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Jean.
Yes, sir, Chief.
Morning, my pa, Moya.
You better ask this, but you didn't be free.
Because your friend had Malami, some because every teacher man.
Yo, Yanko.
And I told you, NCA, any almost legislation as some. The best NCA and means of communication says. Your question in yet, Master, almost central, almost can perform through. Nipa bebree omanya omugana card bebree so register my block one. Your best means of communication won't tone it down. Won't say Ghana phone to Abama. aban a ɛwɔ so no na nea ɔmo ya no ɛno na bɛma election 2024 Ghana for the abufu ɛbɛto ɔmo afiri so ntimi na ase
Middle and a place also from in our badge medino. So number no is 0244 885140 and 0555 657 278 0555 657 278. Offer me any of these numbers. I ABD in Kumo. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I got me for every time.
You're Bachenko.
But a Ghana card no may register since 2019. That's in new home card. Now so still in 1990 as I say I don't be na do me and me call. Interest is the government let me have the upper one.
Matimini Amedo has interesting 2019 till date on Sanka or Ghana card. No.
See, the interesting thing is that the Ghana card, even without your card, once you are registered, your data will still come. So but for what is happening, what NCA and the Communication Ministry are doing, that by bypassing the Ghana card, it would have been easy for even him without the Ghana card to go, just put your fingerprints down, and your data will come and they would have registered you.
Fine. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, sir.
How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you, sir. How about you, sir? Yes.
I'm a communication minister over there.
But body mama, why any baby are free?
The free fix Amazon.
You.
The free almost failing in Porto. A Juma no Musha Muntinia. And to me, GDS oh, yeah, Ghana card, I'm a Ghana for. That one Casa was sign air block or Mudia. The only thing say it to me, it was Susa. Ghana for your bread. And yet, almost a 2 about more and no more ye. It is a 2
You. Better send a pay so from in our bar, Chimedina, Eso Amasama, and our free year. 0244 885140 and 0555 657 278. If I final caller, Nafi, back to the studio near J. Wrap up comments. 2 minutes, Nafi. No. Yes, sorry. So, hello, good morning.
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Yes, sir, Chief.
Sammy.
Yes, sir.
My name is Eric.
Yes, sir.
Asojaman.
Yes, sir.
Ghana card issue. In fact, if I think about it, I can't understand it. I registered, was it 2017 or 2018? As of now, I don't have the access to Ghana card.
All right.
So how can I make a call? The number I used to call you, it was my wife's number. So does it mean that Tamabako, and then Kufuor, they don't know this man is the party for them? I mean, I'm asking you this question. Those level-headed people I just mentioned, does he know that in fact, I can't understand the whole thing. Somebody say, I want problem, I don't want problem. Why? Kofi Kumsi told us about this very man. But we Ghanaians, he is 40 years. Thank you.
Thank you for also joining us this morning. That'll be it. That's our final caller and a pair. Yeneno Edi and Komo. Remember, Namenji a wrap up comment. Most are for phone, Quemrica, one more and some. Dave, wrap up comments.
Sammy, I think, sir, as a matter of urgency, the Parliament, I've heard some judge speaking about this, but I think that those who are elected to be in Parliament are representative of the people. They need to come into this matter and make sure that the what's the name, Communication Minister, the NCA, are hauled before Parliament soon as Parliament reopens to respond to some of these things. because it's in a bad taste to subject people to such injustice. Because the blocking of phone numbers does not only affect, just calls. It affects the very human rights of the person. And this thing must be taken seriously. We cannot accept this to go on as everything is happening in government, that the haphazard way things are happening. This affects the very basis of human life. Telephone calls have become part of our basic needs, as we can all allude.
Yeah.
So it's not something that government should toy with at all. We will not allow, like Sami Riley put it, in the night when there is no one with you and you need to reach out to the police in times of trouble, your health issues, it's all about call. So we cannot allow Esla and his clique, because of what they probably want to make into their pockets, to tamper with our basic needs.
All right. Sami.
Just a quick one. What is here? Sami, like I stated earlier, Assembly Ekosono, Asema NZC Totonasi, it is a very serious matter. In the institutions, to say media suboni be ebo NIA. As a omumbra out, no make a sama Ghana for. Because, I mean, an institutional failure should not deprive me of my entitlements. So when Timmy and you were Juma, I'm an uncle Sipia. Na me as Omaimba na mean so many a year company no work contract says so providing me with service ni bibia mitua ho kano. Oh, it is NCA. Because in
you said NIA, that's
okay.
What,
Sorry, I'm talking about NIA.
No, it can't be NIA.
Omo provide the card no.
I'm going to provide the card.
Yes, and card no is the only license udibenya registration. But I'm saying say omo challenges omo be logistical or whatever omo are facing, and say and no, because these institutions are all governmental institutions, quasi government institutions, any ministry nankasa. Inti problem is starting from the NIA. When Timmy issue on one kasa beka chair say there are about 800,000 cards for a collecting. Inti me jam juma ho aba be line as subjecting me to the process I say me subjecting me to. Now wu untimi issue card no emma me. Hwe same baby me nada baby me koye me registration. Any baby am in saka me card. Me ni me nyonko bi oti a friend say so to ho baby. The sabesin ko card ewo Galilea kaso akwan so. Alright. And an insako card. Inti obi sese obi card akodi baby. Na se NCA a blocky onipana. I don't think say it is fair.
Alright.
Inti based on all these challenges.
My time national.
Your data can still be.
So
that
that is why they should.
Communication and NCA are doing.
Mama, FNC how we say na. You me put na some better na se ni nkomo. And for in some course or my Ghana, but if I do say so, do feed in the two and say, David, Medosi, Same, Medosi, and pay.